Okay, now we'll do derivation of equation of motion by alternative method. That's non-graphical method without graph. So, from the definition of acceleration, acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity and rate of change of velocity means change in velocity over change in time over time, how much time it has taken. So if the initial velocity of a body is u and the final velocity is v, therefore we can say that the change in velocity is v minus u and the time taken is t. So we got this first equation of motion, at is equal to v minus u, and therefore I got v equals to u plus at. So we got first equation of motion by non-graphical method. Understand? Now for the second equation of motion, we can use that average velocity. If you remember, average velocity. That's total displacement by total time. We have done it in the first part. Average velocity means total displacement by total time. And average velocity means total displacement by total time, and therefore I can say that total displacement is equal to average velocity into total time into time. Displacement means s, total displacement is s. Average velocity means total displacement by total time. Average velocity also means initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So that's the average. This is the initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 and into t. But again, in the second equation, if you see that v is not there, so we can replace this v by using v equals to u plus at, the first equation, and now we can see that s equals to, this is u plus, in place of v I can again put u plus at by 2, and that is into t. Now if I derive this slowly, I'll get it. So I get what? S equals to 2u plus at by 2 and into t. I can split this LCM. I can write it as 2u by 2 plus at by 2, and t is outside, so 2 got cancelled. S is equal to, we got u plus, now this means at by 2 means I can say it is half at, and again into t, and now if I multiply, you can see you are getting that. So finally what I am getting, S is equal to ut plus half into at square. So I got the second equation of motion. Okay, now for the third equation of motion, similarly as we have done in graphical method, again you can understand that in the third equation motion t is not there. So we'll replace this t from the first equation of motion. So we can say that from, again here also we can say that from v equals to u plus at, we can say that v minus u equals to at, and finally we got v minus u by a is equal to t. We'll just replace this. So finally what we got, s equals to v plus u by 2, and this is v minus u, right, v minus u by a, and then finally what we got, s equals to v square minus u square by 2a. So 2as, and finally we got v square equals to u square plus 2as. So this is the third equation of motion. Okay. Okay, so to summarize, these are the three equations of motion. Now always remember, unless mentioned, generally we should convert every of these term into their SI unit. Now if they are not in their SI unit, convert them. So you know the SI unit of velocity initial and final is meter per second, time is second, a is acceleration, s is displacement meter. And also remember, you know, it will be useful to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. We should generally multiply by 5 by 18. So example I have given, say 72 kilometer per hour. Now if you put this 72 kilometer in u or v, whatever it is, then you will not get your answer. You have to first convert into meter per second. So for converting, what you have to do, you have to multiply by 5 by 18, and finally we got 20 meter per second. Understand? So we should always convert generally velocity into meter per second by multiplying with 5 by 18. Also remember, if a body starts from rest, now suppose in a question they told a car starting from rest reaches to a velocity of 50 meter per second. That means what? That means you will take u is equal to 0 and v equals to 50. If a body comes to rest, say suppose a car moving at a speed of 50 meter per second and after 5 seconds come to rest. In that case you will take u equals to 50 meter per second, but you will take v equals to 0. So when a body starts from rest, you will take u is equal to 0, and when a body comes to rest, you will take v is equal to 0. Now all these cases are acceleration, you know, because a means acceleration. Now suppose if a body there is a retardation, in that case we will put the negative value of a. Now for example, I will use the same equation, but in case of a, I will put the minus value of that retardation. Now suppose, for example, if you see a car moving with a velocity of 50 meter per second, uniformly retarded, uniformly retards at 10 meter per second square, how long it will take to come to rest? Now remember, for doing these sums, numericals, in physics numericals, always very important, first you should plot the values, whatever you know. The first step, you will plot the values. Second step, you will convert into SI unit if they are not in SI unit. And the third step is using the most suitable formula, most suitable equation. So these three things you have to remember while solving numericals. So first I will plot whatever I know. A car moving with a velocity of 50 meter per second. That means I can say u equals to 50 meter per second. uniformly retards at 10 meter per second square. Now this is what I am telling. Now here they told retardation, and how much is the retardation? 10 meter per second square. I will write A, but I will write minus 10 meter per second square. So, understand? So that means A is minus 10. Now if it is, instead of retardation, if it is acceleration, then I will write plus 10. And in that case I will use this equation. Here also I will use this equation, but in place of A I will put minus 10. And what I know, what I have to find, how long it will take to come to rest. That means its final velocity is 0. And how long means what you have to find? Time. So time is question mark. So you should follow this step. Plotting in SI unit properly, like retardation is negative, B is rest, time is question mark. And now I will find out the suitable formula. You can understand which is the most suitable formula for finding T. That is the first equation. In some question you may find that the second equation is the suitable one. So you have, this is very important. Otherwise, you will find it difficult. So if you understand this step, no problem. Now I will put the value V equals to U plus AT, same equation. So in case of V I will put 0. In place of U I will put 50 meter per second. While plotting, after plotting, in the first line you put the unit, and after that you no need of putting the unit. At last you can put the unit. So U is equal to 50 meter. Now A, in bracket I will write minus 10 meter per second square and into T. So finally I can say it is 0 equals to 50 minus 10T, and therefore I can say 10T equals to 50 and T is equal to 50 by 10. So I get T equals to, now again I will write the unit, and the time is 5 seconds. That is the answer. Understand? Okay. That's all. Okay, pause the video and just copy all this.